What's up guys? So today in this video I'm going to show you a little bit more on how to modify your VSR One. I said I wouldn't really mess with the chassis much, but I'm still keeping the original chassis, just making a few tweaks here and there. The first little change that I made was to the back end of the VSR One chassis. So this was the adapter, so you could now attach a Picatinny mounted stock. So I installed a Midwest Industries Alpha stocks here. That kind of modified the VSR One chassis a bit. Now I decided I wanted to have a mag holder on here as well. So I dremelled a little cutout here and then installed a VSR One mag holder. Now I'm going to kind of walk you through how to do that over at the table over there, and it'll kind of show you step by step on what you need to do to make the cutout and to use these M-lock rail sections to be able to clamp down the mag holder so it stays nice and tight to the chassis. So let's jump over there and I'll kind of walk you through that. Alright, so I'm going to jump right into this. So right now I've got the mag holder right here. One hole's already drilled out and it has the little M-lock rail section here. Not the rail section itself, but the little mounting piece for the screw nut for the M-lock rail section on the screw here. So I have that installed with a screw inside of the mag holder. I'm going to now use this drill here to drill another hole so I can add a little bit more stability to the bottom of the VSR One chassis. So it's mounted with two screws instead of one, because the one kind of made it a little flimsy. So we're going to add another screw hole, and then you'll be able to see what to do from what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to start by drilling a hole right here real quick. So you kind of want to be careful because this isn't the most stable polymer. It's, you know, it's durable, but it's not like insanely durable. So just be careful on when you're drilling. So I'm gonna have to widen this hole out a little bit. So give me a second here. Make it a little bit wider. You want to make it as centered as possible because this is directly down the center of the VSR One chassis right here with the M-lock section. So you kind of want it very similar to the same positioning of that rail section there, or the M-lock rail section here. The slots for the M-lock rail section. Okay, so this hole looks decently sized. Let's measure it with the screw that I have for this. So that looks like it's going to be perfect with the attachment I have here. So I'm going to pull this up here as close as I can get it so you can see. Where is it? There it is. So there's the hole right there. There's the other hole with the screw here, and then it's got the M-lock nut attached to the end of the screw. So we're going to do the same thing to the other side with the screw. So I just took an M-lock rail, removed the nut, grabbed a different screw, and now I'm going to install the other nut from the M-lock rail section. So let's drop this down into the mag holder. One thing you want to keep in mind is just making sure your holes line up with that M-lock rail section. You don't want to have it off-centered. And that should attach just like that. And then you pretty much just want that rail, that M-lock section there, not the M-lock section. I keep saying M-lock section, but it's just the M-lock nut. So that's there. That looks pretty good. Don't want it too tight. So we'll tighten that down. That looks about right like that. Now one thing, I'm gonna pull this up closer to the camera so you can see it. But the biggest thing you'll have to do is Dremel that entire cutout right here so it's all the way flat. I left a little nub here because that kind of fits inside of the mag, the end portion of the mag holder, to kind of keep it stabilized, because it kind of slots right into the section I'll show you in a minute. But then this goes all the way back to the trigger guard. As you can see, it's like right inside the trigger guard. It goes further back, and then this just sticks out as kind of like a stabilizer, but all the way, it's all the way flat. The original issue was with the mag holder is it was too long, so it wouldn't allow me to put a mag right there without having this removed and then putting in a mag. So this way now I can go further back, and it allows for you to put the mag right inside of that slot where the mag would go. So let's try this out now. I think this should be what I need to do to make this work now. So let's put this on here. Make sure this is in frame so you guys can see. Now I've got the hole drilled, as you've seen. It's got the M-lock nut on each end of the screws. Now I'm just going to drop it down into the M-lock section here and hopefully tighten these screws, and hopefully they tighten the way I need them to tighten down, and we'll go from there. Let's drop those in, just like that. Let's get this first one going. So that one is tight. Let's get this one tight. So this one tightened a little too far. Just loosen that up a bit again. And drop it down, back in there. Let's try it again. Did it again. Try that. Okay. Too far. Try this one more time. Hopefully this tightens. And there we go. So now that second screw there is tightened in the back. It's also now tightened on the front side. And that's not going anywhere now. Tight. Tight. Now it's attached with those two M-lock slots that you've seen inside of the mag holder. Now the real test is if the mag holder stays in there. And going anywhere. Yep, that's staying sturdy within the mag holder. It's not going anywhere unless I pop it out. But that is not going anywhere. But yeah, and then you want to also make sure the clearance for the mag is good as well. So it clears the end portion of the mag holder facing the mag well, and that pops out just like that. So I'm going to show you a close-up of the 2 screws that I have inside of here. So there's, hopefully this focuses in. So there's a screw there. Those are inside of those M-lock slots that are inside the chassis right here. They're usually lined up right here, but they're just over on this end. And there's a screw there. This is just like kind of a, I just used what I had some screws and nuts that I had, and I had some oversized screws, so I threw some nuts on there because there is a little bit of a leeway in as far as like clearance, so I could throw a nut underneath and put the screw down so it still clears and the mag still fits properly. And then this one, I had a perfect screw that works, so I put the screw in and just added the M-lock nut and then tightened it down through that hole. But remember, you're going to want to Dremel that slot out so it fits all the way through without interfering with this mag holder right here. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And now you have a mag holder for your VSR One. There isn't much to it, but hopefully that was helpful and useful information, and hopefully you're now able to do it for yourself if you're wanting a mag holder on your VSR One, because it's not fully VSR compatible. You're gonna have to do some extra VSR One compatible, I should say. It's VSR compatible, SSG10 compatible, but VSR One, there's some slight issues. TM did a good job in making it proprietary in the fact that you can't install this unless you do a little bit of Dremel work, which I didn't want to do originally, but then I'm like, I've got to have a mag holder because this thing's pretty sweet and it's pretty handy to have.